Guys, I know I said in previous videos that Prince never partied with Diddy and that, based on what Jason Lee confirmed, he only lent his home to Diddy for his parties.
The first Diddy party I went to was at Prince's house. So you want to go to Prince's house to the Diddy party where Tyrese is performing and Demi Moore and Ashton Kutcher are swinging on swings. That is what's happening on the other side of the wall. And so the one thing that makes this party different than a Jamie Foxx party or any other celebrity party that wrangles a bunch of young women or guys or whatever too, is that Diddy didn't let you bring your security in the party.
But tell me why we found out from the trial that Prince actually hung out with Diddy at parties. And I don't mean like a quick meet and greet. They were really in the same circles. Diddy even apparently once said that Prince showed up at his birthday party in pajamas. And what's worse, people are now saying we should probably take a closer look at what Sinead O'Connor said about Prince, because it was definitely giving Diddy.
Prince wrote that song. Yeah. Did you ever actually meet Prince?
We did meet once, but we didn't get on very well. We tried to beat each other up.
Really?
We didn't get on too well. No.
You tried to beat each other up?
Well, it was more he tried to beat me up and I was defending myself. But
no.
Why?
Because
Hang on, that doesn't sound like a joke. That sounds serious.
Oh, it's not a joke, no. It's not a joke at all. It was a very frightening experience, actually.
Do you really grasp the weight of what Sinead said? She specifically stated she was not the only woman Prince treated badly. I know. Calm down, Purple Army, before y'all come for me in the comments. But just hear me out. We all know. Prince is a musical genius, an icon, a trendsetter. Nobody's disputing that. But when we zoom out from the artistry, the picture becomes a bit too complicated. And it's not just Sinead, by the way. There have been whispers and stories over the years, but because it was Prince, mysterious, iconic, beloved, people kind of brushed every little allegation under the rug. So have we been wrong all this time? Was Prince just like Diddy? Basically what the streets are saying now is that the allegations Prince faced mirror the ones Diddy is currently facing. And now that it's clear Prince and Diddy did hang out, a lot of people are questioning their friendship. Like, what kind of friendship did they really have? Once we start connecting the dots, can we just ignore the pattern? Child, this is not where I thought the Prince Diddy story would go, but here we are. And as usual, I'll break down all the juicy details. First off, how did we even find out that Prince and Diddy actually hung out? Well, a former personal assistant to Diddy testified and told jurors that Diddy worked her around the clock and stayed her multiple times between 2009 and 2017. She testified under the pseudonym Mia and said her time with Diddy overlapped with Cassie's situation. According to Mia, Diddy kept strict control over Cassie's whereabouts, appearance, and career. She even said her job included keeping tabs on Cassie. Mia said she and Cassie became more like sisters, but anytime they did anything without Diddy's permission, the punishment was unpredictable and terrifying. She also described an incident at a 2010 party where Prince's security had to step in when Diddy was attacking Cassie. That night, Diddy had told Mia to stay with Cassie at a hotel while he claimed he was going to be with his kids. Later, Mia got a call from a friend about a party at Prince's house. She and Cassie went, had fun dancing, and watched Prince perform. To their surprise, Diddy showed up. They both ran, but Diddy caught up with Cassie after she fell into the bushes on Prince's lawn and roughed her up until Prince's security intervened. Mia said the next day, HR told her she was suspended without pay for attending the party with Cassie. Just another reminder, HR is not your friend, loves.
I'm not the only woman that he had a go at. There are plenty of women out there if they're prepared to come out and
Really?
dead and admit that he had one of the girls in his band was in hospital with broken ribs for a very long time. I know other girls have gone out with him that,
First of all, that account from the assistant made me sick to my stomach. But like a lot of people, I'm also curious. What exactly made Prince's security act? Did Prince give a direct order like, go stop that? Or was it just the security? Stepping in because things got out of hand? Some people say Prince likely told them to intervene out of concern for Cassie. Others argue, considering what we've heard from people like Sinead O'Connor, maybe he just didn't want Diddy causing a scene on his property. But in reality, were they that different? Sinead was first launched into superstardom in 1990 with her version of Nothing Compares to You, a song Prince wrote in 1985 for his side project, The Family. Her iconic video was mostly a close-up of her singing with tears rolling down her face. Prince publicly praised the cover in interviews and said nice things about it, but over time, Sinead claimed Prince was actually furious about her success. She said he summoned her to his Hollywood home to scold her. First, he reportedly didn't like people covering his songs. Second, she said he had female proteges and was annoyed she wasn't one of them. Third, their managers had beef and a legal case, and she got caught in the middle. Then she claimed his butler pressured her to eat soup, and that Prince challenged her to a pillow fight, which turned violent because there was something hard inside the pillow. When she tried to leave, she said he physically blocked her and tried to drag her to his car. She ran to a neighbor's house and rang the doorbell to escape. Sinead called Prince a beautiful artist, but also said he was into some dark substances and had a very dark side. According to her, many other women could confirm her story if they had the courage. Well, some women actually did. Charlene Friend, an ex-girlfriend, sued Prince and accused him of physical and mental abuse during their 2-year relationship. She said he filmed their intimacy without consent, threatened her, made her call him Messiah, and threw parties with themed rooms filled with cages, chains, and whips. She also said he'd make her watch tapes of him with other women and starved her child. Freak-offs 2.0, OMG. And speaking of women, Prince's other exes accused him of abuse in a 9-hour documentary that his estate tried to block. But I got the scoop. Jill Jones said she slapped Prince after he kissed her friend, and he punched her in the face multiple times. She didn't press charges because she was told it would end his career, and she still wanted to be with him. Susanna. Melvoin said Prince would check her calls and discouraged her from leaving their home. Prince's ex-wife, Mady Garcia, met him at 16 after her mom sent him a belly dancing video. A year later, she lived at Paisley Park as his legal ward, and he eventually told her it was time to go on birth control. Former collaborators also said Prince could be controlling. Lisa Coleman remembered when the band asked for better pay. He said if they really loved him, they wouldn't ask. When they threatened to quit, he called their bluff, and the group broke up in 1986. So now people are wondering, are we just uncomfortable holding legends accountable? Do we excuse behavior when we love the music? If we're calling out Diddy, shouldn't we take a hard look at what Sinead and others said about Prince? They partied together, ran in the same circles. So was their bond just music and fame, or was it something darker? Both were accused of using power to harm women. Both had lawsuits, documentaries, or projects shut down. And both kept their reputations mostly clean for years. So at what point do we stop calling it coincidence and start calling it culture? I'm not saying they were exactly the same, but if Diddy's under fire, maybe it's time to talk about Prince too. What do you think? Is this a reflection of something darker we've all ignored? What kind of friendship did Prince and Diddy really have? Drop your thoughts in the comments below.